Welcome. Today I'm going to be unboxing Terraforming Mars. Now I sort of just opened it up already and removed the plastic from the cards. So I already did that already. But now for those of you watching, if you've seen some of my previous videos, you might recall that I have done a lot of how to play videos on Terraforming Mars. And I even did an unboxing video of colonies recently as well. And I obviously also have Prelude too. Now, I have a copy version of this from the library. And so for the past quite a long time here, I've been using the library's copy of Terraforming Mars. But, since it is a library copy, it was getting kind of old and worn out, so it'd be nice to have all new everything for this awesome game. So let's open this up and see what's inside. Kind of nice to see everything all nice and new. Obviously, we have the cards here, and obviously even more cards here. One thing I'll note that I noticed when I got the cards out, they have a few extra cards in here that I don't think were in the original Terraforming Mars box. So you have this card here that says Expansion 5, Turmoil, Expansion 4, Colonies, Expansion 3, Prelude, Expansion 2, Venus Next, and the first expansion, which is Elysium. And that was just a board. That's all that expansion was. So I don't have this expansion. I don't have this expansion. But I've got this one, and I've got this one as well. So that's kind of cool. I don't remember seeing these in the library's version. In fact, obviously, I think the library had... They definitely would not have had that because it just came out recently. So that's kind of cool that they put all the expansions onto actual cards. So that's pretty cool. I like that. So and that way you know how many expansions are out, and maybe to choose what, if you were to, assuming with most people they buy this before they buy an expansion. So this tells you which one is first and last, and probably which one is the best to buy. Although, in my eyes, Prelude was the first best one to buy. Because Prelude's just awesome. Now, I haven't really gotten a chance to really play with colonies too much yet, but I've heard a lot of great things about it. And I've heard that Turmoil really is Turmoil. It's a hard expansion to play, and I definitely, for sure, would have to say that this is way too hard for any of my current friends. And this one might also be a little difficult for some of them as well. But this one is pretty easy for an expansion. So, Prelude. So that's kind of cool. A few cards that probably were not, actually, in the original Terraforming Mars box. Especially not Turmoil. So that's kind of cool. And then we have the cubes, which we'll use these cubes for everything you can think of, pretty much, right? Microbes to credits, right? So obviously you can use the bigger stuff too, but you'll use the ones that count as just one more often than you would the others, obviously. Okay, and then, the cubes that keep track of our temperature and oxygen, obviously. And the third one is just to keep track of generations. But if you play solo mode, keeping track of how many generations it takes is very important. And so you will use the third one a lot in a solo game. Not so much maybe if you're playing with multiplayer. Then we got, obviously, the nice colored cubes. All nice and new. Haven't been used before, so that's kind of nice. Red and green. And yellow and blue and black as well, you know, because technically you could play a 5-player game, right? And then obviously our player board here, player mats, there's 5 of them. So that way you could play a 5-player game. Although I haven't gotten a chance to play a 5-player game, so it'd be kind of nice to see how a 5-player game works. And then we got, obviously, a couple extra bags here, and these are for the tiles, which I'm going to have to punch out. And then we have a nice, you know, rule book, which is, you know, nice and new, and so, which is awesome. Awesome. It is awesome to have my own version. And then we have this nice board, brand new board, which, hold on, let's see here. Okay, let's just stick it out. Alright, and there's our board. So nice and new, and it's nice, very nice. So, the milestones and the awards, and here's our temperature, and here's our oxygen. Yep, and this is where our ocean tiles go. And so that extra white cube would go here to keep track of how many generations it took to complete terraforming Mars. But yeah, I mean, in a solo game, you'll obviously use that quite a bit, because you have a limited amount of time when you play solo. That's your only opponent. And then, obviously, that's just... There we go. That'll work. Alright. And here's our tiles that we get to punch out, or I get to punch out. The city tiles, and obviously they're double-sided with the greenery tiles on the other side. So that's nice. And we've got some more city and greenery tiles. Here's our ocean tiles here. Nope, and we already punched one of them out, or 2 of them out. So now, no, usually, you know, technically, you can't actually, I don't think it's even possible to use all these in a single game. I don't think it's even possible. Maybe in a 5-player game, you could get most of them onto Mars. But, I think there's actually more than there needs to be. But that's okay. If you lose 1 or 2, it's not going to hurt you if you lose 1 or 2 of these double-sided tiles, because like I said, there's so many of them. You don't need them all. Now, of course, these tiles over here, you do need. So, you don't want to lose the ocean tiles. So make sure you don't lose those, because you don't want to lose them, because you need 9 of them, and you will use 9 of them. And you don't want to lose these either, because if you lost these special tiles here, like the nuclear one, and that one is for the some sort of animal-esque tile, you don't want to lose any of those, because if you did, you'd have to take the card out of the game, because you need those tiles for certain cards. And then this is your first player token, obviously. And so here's another ocean tile, and that just popped out, obviously. And they're all starting to pop out on me already. So let's put them there so they don't. Let's put that on top of that. There we go. Okay. It's starting to get all nice and messy now. And, you know, the cards are brand new, and they're nice, and, you know, I like the fact that they all have that little extra text on the bottom for you to read when you have a chance to take a look at them. Usually, in this game, there'll be times when you won't have anything to do, so I always like to, you know, read what's on the bottom quietly for each of these cards. You know, just something to do while you're waiting, obviously. And, you know, there's so many awesome, nice cards here, you know. Oh, yes, it's so nice to have my own game. I'm tired of using the library copy. Although the library copy has been nice to have, it's nice to have your own. So the cards are really nice, which is awesome. This is definitely one of my favorites. You know, I know a lot of people, some people won't like the artwork that much, but you know, I actually like the artwork. The artwork is really nice, you know, and you can see that pretty well. So the artwork is really nice, and it's very visible, even on a screen. So, you know, now I'm trying to find. Let's see. The corporations must be obviously in this pile or something, but you know, then we've got our corporations, Echoline and Helion. So, in Eventrix, another one of my favorites. So, and they're all really nice. So, yeah, well, this is the unboxing video. Thank you guys for watching. And I'm gonna definitely enjoy having my own Terraforming Mars game. And obviously I'll have to maybe try to get some rubber bands or something for these cards so they're not, you know, sliding all over the place in their box. But, maybe I'll even add the other expansions to the box. I think there's space, so I might just have them all in the same box. That'd be nice. Especially when I want to take the box to a friend's house when everything gets back to normal with this self-isolation going on. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, thank you guys for watching.